Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on Fantastic Talks, bringing you back with another Marvel video for you guys today. For those of you that have joined me in my reaction video for Insomniac's Marvel's Wolverine trailer that I did not too long ago, I told you guys I was going to come back and do a costumes wish list of some kind that I would love to see for this game, and I'm here to deliver. Now, there's so many of Wolverine costumes that we could expect for this game, so I'm going to get the obvious ones out the way. I'm just going to knuckle down to it and show you guys what I've put together. And there may be a couple of surprise ones here you guys may not expect me to put on this list. So, just get the elephant out of the room. Obviously, we know that Wolverine is going to have a classic costume, Insomniac's version of the yellow and black suit, which looks absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning to look at. It's probably a costume I'm definitely going to wear throughout most of the game. Really, really cool. And obviously, we've got Logan to wear like a cowboy hat, lumberjack-looking shirt costume of some kind that we did see in the trailer as well. And that already gives us two costumes we're going to get in the game. And as a disclaimer, when I put this wish list together, I did sort of go with the fact of how the Spider-Man games, at least with the first game, gave us at least 28 or 29 costumes in the base game before the DLC gave us costumes, which gave us a total of 45 costumes, I think, in total. For Marvel's Spider-Man 1. So I've used the amount of costumes that we had in Spider-Man as the base for this wish list I put together for Wolverine, which is still a good chunk of costumes we could get for this game. Hopefully, if they are going to give us a bunch of costumes we could wear and unlock for the game. So, to get the main ones out of the way, the astonishing Wolverine costume. This was the really popular early 2000s Wolverine costume that was being thrown around throughout all the merchandising and all sorts. It is another classic version of the costume we can get for the game. Most likely we're going to get a few different types of classic costumes in the game like we did with Spider-Man. And Astonishing Wolverine is definitely the way to go because it's got like a nice modern vibe to the classic costume in a way, like especially with how the boots look. The mask is a little bit smaller in like around the black, where there's black parts of it come out as a main part of the mask. The blue on the side of his legs are a little bit more rounder, not as sharp. So it's definitely a classic version of the costume that I would love to see. It is a fan favorite as well, so I can't be the only one that wants this costume to be in it. It is just the obvious classic costume to go for. So definitely Astonishing Wolverine as my number one. My next one, another obvious one, is the brown suit. This is another fan favourite of Wolverine. It is probably one of my favourite costumes for Wolverine, just because it was either this or the Krakoa costume. But the Krakoa costume is kind of taking inspiration from the brown suit anyway, so I just sort of went for the brown suit, just for argument's sakes. But whichever version of the brown suit they go for, I don't mind. Both are just as cool. The Krakoa suit doesn't look too different from the original brown suit, so but I'll be happy with either. This is a suit I would definitely wear a lot in the game, so I'm really hoping that this will make it into the cut. Next one is the training uniform. The training uniform is a really nice touch to Wolverine's list of costumes because it gives me like kind of like first class vibes. Has a bit more of the yellow and blue going on, but without like the sharp parts of it. It's just a nice little cool classic costume to see Logan wear, and I think this will look really, really good in the game, especially with Insomniac's attention to detail of how they take comic book costumes, but kind of add a modern twist to them, and add their own style to them, their own little print on them. Would be just really, really cool to see from these classic costumes. So the training, I would love to see their version of the training uniform and how that would look. So yeah, this is definitely on my number 3 for list of costumes to unlock. The next one is X-Force. Obviously X-Force is another fan favorite. This, and obviously the classic suit, and I think the brown suit was in the original X-Men Origins Wolverine game. I would like to think that Insomniac is also take inspiration of how the gameplay and all that works from X-Men Origins Wolverine game, as well as the costumes that were involved in that game too. So I would like to think they will bring this costume back. I'm pretty sure we've seen this costume in another game of some sort as well. X-Force Wolverine is a really cool costume to wear. The black and grey just really works well. The red eyes especially is really, really good. I think this would look so good in the game, and I really hope they add it in. And to add to that, Weapon X. Now, obviously, this game is delving into Wolverine's past. I imagine we are going to get a Weapon X costume of some kind, but their version of it. So I would like to think there's going to be some sort of sequence in the game as part of the story where we're breaking out of the Weapon X facility, coming out of the chamber with the memory erase helmet on him. I'm hoping there's some sort of sequence of that involved, and we get to wear this costume for it. I have no doubt that there's going to be some version of this look for Wolverine that Insomniac is going to give him and have its own spin on it. So this is definitely going to make it into the cut, surely. If it's going to be about Wolverine's past, we're definitely going to see Weapon X costume Wolverine. So that is a no-brainer. Another no-brainer I definitely want to add in, because obviously the X-Men animated series is a well-loved X-Men cartoon. Probably the one piece of media that really defines how the X-Men are today and how popular they've become thanks to the animated series, not just the movies. So, and obviously the X-Men animated series is a well-loved cartoon. It is a great show, and obviously with X-Men 97's popularity at the moment, with what a comeback that was for the show, I would love to see an animated series inspired classic costume for Logan, because obviously we've seen Spider-Man do it with the Into the Spider-Verse animated costumes for Miles, the cel-shaded costume for Peter, as well as Into the Spider-Verse of Peter as well, that they also did. And the Mangaverse had like a kind of a cel-shaded look to it as well for Spider-Man. So if Spider-Man can do it, I would love to see a Wolverine version of it. And the animated series version of Logan is the obvious choice, and I would love to see it, just to see how cel-shady and like just and how bright it would look in the game would just be really, really cool. I think it would just be so sick to have as a costume, or skin, I should say. Yeah, please, I would love animated series Wolverine to be in this game, 100%, and I'm sure a lot of you out there watching this would want to see this too. Adding on to the animated series costumes, Wolverine in the X-Men would be such a good one. Now, obviously, Wolverine in the X-Men is a great choice, because what I love about this suit, it's got a mix of, what I love about this look with Wolverine is it's got the astonishing Wolverine look to it, but also it's got that where it's a lot sleeker in the bottom half of his body. It's a lot more bulkier on the top, and he's got like it kind of gives me like Batman animated series vibes of how sharp and sleek that the characters look in that show. So I would love this version of animated Wolverine to make it into the cut of the game, because it would be really, really cool. I just don't think they give animated series versions of Wolverine enough love. Animated series in general, even to Spider-Man, because we still haven't got 90s Spider-Man or Spectacular Spider-Man versions of the skins. So I would love it if Insomniac can at least do justice to Wolverine with animated series costumes. So please, Wolverine the X-Men with 90s animated series X-Men would be so cool. To add on to that list as well is X-Men Evolution Wolverine. Now, one of my personal favorites of Wolverine's costumes, X-Men Evolution was a show I grew up on a lot, more so than I did the 90s animated series, to be fair. I will be honest, but obviously I do love the original series. But X-Men Evolution was like the show I loved growing up with, and I just really love Wolverine's design in this. So, because it gives me the brown suit vibe, but I love how the black sort of replaces the yellow parts of his costume, and obviously he doesn't have much of a goatee in his face. So I would love this version of Wolverine to also make it into the game, because the orange and black just really works. It is like I said, it's my personal favorite. I love how more up the black parts of his mask goes up a little bit more, but it's a little bit more curved round a little bit, rather than how the other costumes sort of were. I don't know, like there's a slight difference to the mask that you can sort of work there, and I just think that this would look so good in the game. I would love this costume to be in the game. Please give us all 3 animated series Wolverine costumes. I would love to see them, please, and I hope you guys would like to see them as well. Now, another no-brainer are movie costumes for Wolverine. This one especially from Deadpool and Wolverine, the MCU version, basically. Now, I know there's a bit of controversy with the suit that I've heard fans talk about. Although it is great to see Hugh Jackman in this costume, it's not really a perfect suit, but it is tolerable. I still like the suit. It's definitely got an MCU look to it, but it was such a great experience to finally see this costume on the big screen, and I would love this costume to make it into the game as well. If the movie suits for Spider-Man can make it into the games, then I'd imagine they'll do the same for Wolverine, hopefully, because I think this would look so cool in the game, especially with movie Wolverine's original suit. I think the black, I don't mind the black suits for the X-Men movies. That I still think they had their own little print on them, their own little trademark on them. I think this would still look really good in the game, especially, and just to have because I do like the yellow outlines and detail of what this suit has, especially with the black sort of claw marks over his shoulders that have the yellow outlines going around, especially in the X on the in the middle of his chest and the X belt as well. I think this will look really good in the game. And obviously we're not going to expect Hugh Jackman's face for the game, but just to have Liam McIntyre's face with this costume would look so cool, actually. I would love to see it. So yeah, I am down for all the movie suits. I even give Days of Future Past version some love as well. This is not the best suit for Logan. It is. I do find it a little bit weird that he had this in Days of Future Past. I get that they gave the yellow and blue on his arms. I loved that. Was kind of a clever indication of his classic yellow and blue suit, and you obviously got the rest of the suit being all black. This might be a cool suit to have in the game, but I wouldn't really complain much if it's not in it, because I think the first two make the most sense. The Deadpool and Wolverine suit and the X-Men, basically the X-Men The Last Stand suit, because I think the X-Men The Last Stand was a bit more redefined in that film, and that's saying something considering how much backlash that film got. But the costume in that was a little bit, the tweakness in that costume was a little bit better than the first two films. So I wouldn't care so much if Days of Future Past Wolverine didn't make it into the game. Just X-Men 3 and Deadpool and Wolverine's costumes. But obviously the other version of Days of Future Past Wolverine, that's a costume I would love to see. Now obviously we do have Jacket Wolverine confirmed as well in the trailer. The winter jacket that he's going to get in the game when we go to the Canadian winter forest. But obviously the difference in this costume is, obviously, I think in the game, in the trailer, he had blue jeans on, but in this he's got brown trousers and a pistol on the side. So I'm hoping they add that part at least. And obviously there is a difference in his hair. He's got the grey on the sides. So yeah, I would love this costume to make it into the game. This is a no-brainer as well. A very much loved look for Wolverine, and I think it would look really cool. So yeah, Days of Future Past Wolverine, the original costume. Now this is another no-brainer. First appearance Wolverine. You've got to add this costume in. This is his first appearance when he went up against the Hulk. There's definitely a distinct difference in his costume, especially in his mask. The black parts of his mask that come out from the sides are a lot smaller. There's these black lines just above his cheeks going on his mask there, and the shoulder pads are a little bit slimmer. The rest of the costume basically looks like classic Wolverine, but it's just the mask that's a lot more different. So I think this would be a nice little nod to Wolverine's first appearance to put in the game, and I think it'd be really cool to wear. So yeah, I am down for this costume to appear in the list of suits that we can unlock, please. Another one I would love to see, one of my personal favourites, is the original Ultimate Wolverine costume from the Ultimate Comics. This one I love because obviously it reminds me of X-Men Legends. The X-Men Legends games had Wolverine wore this. This was when the Ultimate Comics were really popular at the time. And obviously X-Men Evolution Wolverine wore this suit later down as the seasons progressed. This is a really loved costume for Wolverine. I would love to wear this in the game. I think this would be a really cool costume to wear. A nice addition to the list. Hopefully that this is the case. And if they wanted to be really cool, and I genuinely feel like they want to capitalize on this, the new Ultimate Wolverine suit that we have now. Now, obviously, I haven't read the Ultimate Wolverine comics yet, the new ones. But I do love that Logan is basically the Winter Soldier in this universe, which is really cool. And I think the costume looks really cool. Like, I love that the star that just covers his entire chest is basically the Winter Soldier star in a way. And he's got like a face mask as well that sort of joins with the rest of his mask. Everything else looks so simple, but he's obviously got, but I like that he's got the red claw marks on his legs instead of his arms, which is really cool. And instead of his ribs as well. So this would be a really cool costume to wear. I can imagine Insomniac will definitely add this costume, because Insomniac tend to add much newer looks to the characters that have appeared in the comics in like recent years. So I genuinely think they'll do the same for Logan as well in this. So yeah, I'm down for this costume to make an appearance, and it will sort of show the new run of the Ultimate Wolverine comics some more love, just to advertise it more, to market it more, I guess. So yeah, I could see them doing this, and it would look really, really sick in the game, especially if it will have Insomniac's own print on the costume as well, so its own little detail on it. Yeah, definitely the new Ultimate Wolverine suit. And of course, this is definitely a no-brainer. One of my personal favorites as well. It's a very, very simple costume: tank top Wolverine and blue jeans Wolverine. So this is a costume we always see Wolverine wear, like in most media. We've seen him in the movies, comics, the games, the cartoons, almost everything. He's always wearing some sort of white shirt of some kind, whether it's a long sleeved or a non-sleeve. Tank top Wolverine would make the most sense, and it would look really, really cool. It always looks so cool, especially when you're getting loads of blood all over his shirt. It just looks so messy, but it's just really, really cool to see. This is a simple and easy costume they can easily add for the game. So 100% tank top Wolverine, along with Old Man Logan Wolverine. This is also a no-brainer. I can't imagine them not putting this costume in. I feel like it would be a missed opportunity for even Insomniac. Old Man Logan is a very well-loved story, especially since the Logan movie was inspired by this version of Wolverine. And yes, I have included that version of Wolverine as well. Logan Wolverine to go along with Old Man Logan Wolverine would be really, really cool. Just because you still got the kind of the brown winter jacket involved with the red shirt underneath. Obviously, his hair is completely different. He's got the short grey hair, the grey facial hair as well. I would love to see how Liam McIntyre's version of Wolverine is going to look with this style. I think it will look really, really cool, and I'm really hoping they add this costume in the game, along with Hugh Jackman's Logan look as well, because obviously this is the suit he wore when he like drives around in the limo. This is the smart white shirt he has with the black jeans, with the sleeves rolled up, with the blood all over. I think if they take this version of the costume from the film, I think could work, and it would look really, really cool. And obviously Wolverine's facial hair has more of a beard going on instead of around just the cheeks like Old Man Logan has. So I would definitely love the movie version of Old Man Logan to appear in this game as well, but at least this version, just to add more to like the movie styled costumes. And obviously Logan is a well-loved film, probably like a fan favorite as well out of all the X-Men and Wolverine films that have come out. It's definitely my personal favorite Wolverine story. So yeah, I'd love this suit to make it into the game as well. And of course, this is a no-brainer: Patch. If we're going to be able to explore Madripoor in the game, I feel like adding the Patch costume is going to be an obvious choice, and I'm hoping whatever we do in that portion of the game in Madripoor requires some sort of mission to be able to unlock this costume. So yeah, this makes the most sense to be included in the list of costumes we could wear. The Patch suit is a very well loved look for Wolverine. The white and black suit just really suits him with the bow tie and the patch obviously around his eye. This would be a really cool suit to wear, and just imagine seeing all the blood all over his white suit. It would just look really, really cool for some reason. So yeah, I really hope this suit makes it into the game, because this is a definitely well loved suit and a fan favorite I think people would love to see. Moving on, Age of Apocalypse. Now this might be a difficult one to do, because obviously Age of Apocalypse Wolverine has a missing hand, so I don't know how they could do this in the game, but Insomniac's attention to detail tends to be really, really good, and especially if they added, I remember them adding Cyborg Spider-Man in the original game. I mean, I don't remember him having missing limbs in the game, but I don't see why the claws can't still come out of it. I know it might look silly, but it's just a costume. Why the fuck not? Who cares? So it would just be a silly gimmick to have, I guess. So but this is a really cool costume for Logan to wear, and obviously the hair itself is another distinct look to him, because it's a lot more wild. Obviously you got the red marks on his face as well. This is a really cool costume, really simple. He's got the red claw marks on the costume. I think this will look really, really good in the game, and I don't know how they'd be able to fix the no hand issue, but I can't imagine them not adding this costume, or at least have this costume as DLC. I could see them doing that at least. I don't know, but yeah, this is an obvious costume I think people would love to see, and I think it just look really, really cool. Moving on, Daken, aka Dark Wolverine. Now, obviously, this is still the brown suit that Logan wears, but the difference in this costume is that I think the shoes are slightly different. I can't remember now, but obviously you've got Daken's tattoos on his arm, and the mask is slightly different. I don't know if they can get away with that. But obviously the problem with this suit is the claws. I don't know if they would be willing to change the claws, because obviously only 2 of the claws come out of his knuckles, and 1 of the claws come out from his wrist. So again, Insomniac are really good at attention to detail, so I can easily see them changing how the claws work just for this suit alone, which I think would be so cool. I would really love it, especially if Daken somehow makes a surprise appearance in this game. It'd be a cool costume to unlock if you defeat him, if he ends up being a boss. I have my theories and thoughts about Daken appearing in this game. Once we get a lot more information about this game, due to come in spring, but that's a story for another time, why I think Daken might appear in this. But I did mention it in my reaction video as to why he could. But yeah, I would still like to see this. The only difference in this costume is the tattoos and the position of the claws. So if they don't add it in, then I'm not bothered. As long as we do get the brown suit, I don't care. But I just wanted to sort of give this one as a kind of an honourable mention in this case. So yeah, Daken Wolverine would be really cool to see. So just I do like the tattoos and I do like the claws mainly. So yeah, moving on to Bone Claw Wolverine. Now again, the claws could be an issue here, but like I said, Insomniac are really good with attention to detail. They can easily do it for certain costumes. Bone Claw Wolverine would be a really cool addition to the game. Obviously, he's a lot more bulkier here. I don't know if they'll fiddle around with proportions of these costumes, of how they actually looked in the comics and stuff. But again, proportions of the costumes shouldn't be an issue, because we've seen the Into the Spider-Verse Spider-Man costumes and how sleek and slim they look. So they can easily do the same for Bone Claw Wolverine, where he looks a lot more bulkier here. The claws aren't like shiny and metal. They're actually the bone claws that comes out of him before he gets the adamantium. And obviously the yellow suit, he's got no shoulder pads, he's sleeveless. The shoes are a lot more sharper. He's only got like a bandana for a mask. It's kind of a really cool concept for a Wolverine design. So especially with the hair sort of coming out of the mask a little bit, I think this would be a really cool costume to have in the game, especially with the fingerless gloves as well. Everything about the suit looks really cool. It's simple, but it's cool. It's like a prototype version of like the classic costume that Logan eventually wears. So yeah, I would be down for seeing this costume, especially with how the claws look here, how like sort of wide and long they are. I don't know if they'll go that far for the claws, but just to have like a bone looking style to them would be really cool. So yeah, 100% Bone Claw Wolverine, because why not? Now this one I really wanted to sort of add in this, because it would be a really good nod to the game, and I like to think it's a fan favorite. Originally I was going to add the new X-Men costume that Logan used to have, and then I thought, wait a minute, didn't X-Men 2 Wolverine's Revenge take inspiration from that costume and add its own spin to it? So I would love Wolverine's Revenge style of the costume to make an appearance in this, where you have the black jacket with the X on the side of his arms, and the stripes around his sleeves, and the X on his gloves, the silver X belt, the grey shirt underneath, the dog tags sort of like on the outside. I think it would just be a great callback to the game. Obviously, again, like I said, this costume is basically the new X-Men costume from the comics, but I don't know. The Wolverine's Revenge was the first game that came to mind when I thought of this costume. So if they could somehow give a little nod to this game, even if it's in this PS2 style, if they want to be that cool, I think it would be really sick. But obviously it's either that or just give him the actual comic accurate new X-Men jacket suit, the costume. So I think it'd be really, really sick to have this costume in. I think it's a great design. The jacket's really, really cool. It's so simple, and I would love to wear it. Like, please, especially to wear this in the Canadian wilderness sort of areas. So yeah, 100% the new X-Men / Wolverine's Revenge costume. Please, it would be such a great callback to the game. Now, obviously, adding on to that is the brown jacket that Wolverine wears in X-Men Origins, and I'm pretty sure he did wear this in the Ultimate Comics as well. I'm not too sure, or some version of the comics. But obviously, the jacket looks quite close to the new X-Men jacket that I just mentioned. So either the brown jacket or the new X-Men jacket, either I'll be very happy to see, because I do love the stripes around his sleeves. It's just got a nice touch to it. It's always been a favorite of mine. I've always loved Wolverine in jackets, like all the different versions of jackets he's had in over the years. Whether it's the brown jacket or the new X-Men black jacket, I'll be happy to see either. So definitely some costumes I hope make the cut. And just moving on to the last few suits I've got on this. These are more like special mentions, honorable mentions, I should say. I don't know if they will do it, the next I've got on my list here, but considering we've just had a game based on what this design is based from, Symbiote Wolverine. Now, obviously, this would be a really nice callback to Web of Shadows, as well as like the comics, because I know Logan has been Venomized in the comics as well, as I've got an image here as well. Venomized Wolverine, or Symbiote Wolverine, whatever you want to call him. Mainly, I'm taking inspiration from Web of Shadows here, because I think this is when he first appeared. I'm not too sure. I don't know if it was the game first or the comic first. But Symbiote Wolverine would be a really nice callback to the Web of Shadows game, especially since they've just done Venom in Spider-Man 2. They can easily somehow use the Venom model as a base to try and tweak it a little bit into a Wolverine looking costume. I'll be very, very surprised if this is a costume that they'll add, or skin I should say, but it'd be really, really cool, because I don't know what you do about the mouth when it comes to him talking in cutscenes and stuff. I think it wouldn't really work, but it would be a really cool costume to see and use in the game. So yeah, why not? If it doesn't make it into the game, fair enough. I don't see how they can make this costume work, but I just wanted to add it as a special mention. So yeah, Venomized Wolverine would be cool. Let me know in the comments below if this is necessary. Would you like to see this as well? Do you think it would work? Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see it. Another special mention, again, this is a fantasy wish list now, a complete pipe dream, but considering they are soon to be doing a crossover again soon, Marvel and DC, I would love them to do Batclaw, I believe, or Darkclaw. I think it's Darkclaw. The Batman and Wolverine merged costume. I think this will look really, really cool in the game. Again, I don't see it happening. This is a fucking pipe dream of a costume to see in a game, but never say never. They've surprised us with costumes before when it came to the Spider-Man games. So, yeah, Darkclaw will be really, really sick. I think the costume alone looks sick. The cape looks really cool. I like that the mask has the sort of like, kind of like the bat wings-esque to it. It's kind of cool, the way it sort of points out. Especially with how the mask sort of extends, like going just sort of down, further down his chin. So, and how long the claws are as well. This suit as a whole, I dig it. I really, really like this costume. Will this costume make it into the game? Highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. Very unlikely. But again, it's part of my special mention list. So it would be cool to see. If it doesn't make it in the game, fair enough. I don't expect it to. But I felt like adding him in. Along with Fantastic Four Wolverine. Since we got Fantastic Four Spider-Man in Spider-Man 2, Insomniac gave us, I don't see why they can't do the same for Wolverine. Again, I don't think it's really needed, but it's not a bad costume. It's just blue and black instead of the yellow and blue. So I wouldn't hate it. It might not be a costume I wear often, but it could look cool on him. I don't know. With Insomniac's print on it. Like I said, if we got the Spider-Man version of it in the last game, I could see them giving it to Wolverine as well. So I wouldn't say no to this costume, but I wouldn't be too disappointed if it's not in it either. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you think if this is needed, or if you guys actually do like the suit and you would love to see it, because why not? Now again, I very much doubt that these next two I've got in mind will make it to the game, but considering we did have kind of anime-esque, manga-esque Spider-Man costumes in the previous games, I can see them adding. I would personally like to see them, because I think that just for the costumes alone would look really cool, the anime versions of Wolverine. And I don't mean just the anime X-Men Wolverine that looks legit like Logan. Like I love the jacket here, the black like jumpsuit he's got underneath, the sort of the black sort of bulky gloves and stuff. The yellow jacket kind of reminds me of like the X-Men First Class jacket in a way, or the training uniform kind of, and his hair's a lot more wild and scruffier. This would look really, really cool in the game. I don't know how it would look anime wise, but just the costume alone, just to add in, would look really, really cool. I do like this style of Wolverine, but obviously if they want to go the extra mile, will they add this version of anime Wolverine? Now this was a weird anime show. Let me know in the comments below if you have seen this, and let me know in the comments below what you thought of this anime, because it was a bit of a weird anime. It was okay, but I preferred the X-Men anime. That was kind of cool. The Wolverine spin-off one wasn't the best, but it was okay. But I do like the look he has. Obviously he's a lot more slim, he's a lot more sleeker, which I kind of wasn't a fan of, but I do like the choice in the costume. I do like the red shirt, the black shirt underneath, and the blue jeans, and like how the facial hair is a little bit shorter above his like cheeks. I don't know, but the back hair is a lot longer. I don't know. If I had to pick, I'd rather have the X-Men anime version of Logan rather than the Wolverine anime version. So yeah, these two aren't really needed, but I just wanted to add them as a special mention. So that's basically it for what I've got here, guys. Yeah, guys, let me know in the comments below if you like my choice of costumes here. There may have been a few I've missed that I probably would like to see as well, but these are like my main ones that I personally would like to see, especially like a few here that barely get any recognition. I think would make such a great debut for this game, and would look so good with Insomniac's style and graphics of this game. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comments below if you like my choice of costumes. Is there any here I've missed that you would like to see yourselves? Please let me know in the comments below what they are, along with if there's any here that you agree and disagree with, which costume would replace more than the other. I would like to hear your thoughts down below. Please drop a like if you have enjoyed my wish list on this, and do subscribe so you don't miss out on future Marvel videos coming soon, because I've definitely got a couple more Spider-Man videos, and hopefully some more Wolverine videos in mind coming soon once we get a lot more information on that. Please don't forget to check out my latest Marvel videos to do with my reaction on the trailer of Wolverine, and our big breakdown discussion video on Spider-Man Brand New Day, where we talk about all the information and rumors and characters that we heard might make an appearance for the movie, and how we think the story will go and how it sets up the new trilogy. Please do go check that out, because it would really mean a lot. But until we get some more news on Spider-Man and Wolverine, take care, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.